So the Redgate Developer Bundle, and you guys are welcome to go on this page, is it's about $1,800 per developer. So it's kind of an expensive set of tools. And the tools primarily consist, or they 100% consist of these tools. And don't worry too much about DLM dashboard right now. We can talk about that a little bit later. But we're going to focus on just these 8 tools here that developers can use. DLM dashboard's not really a development tool. It's more of a management tool. So these tools have the ability to really make you much more effective as a SQL-based developer. And when we talk about which tool we'll cover first, I think we're going to go in a little bit of a logical order, not necessarily the order that's up here on the screen. The first tool that I find is really easy to use and will give you a lot of lift is called SQL Search. So this is SQL Server Management Studio, and when you install the developer bundle, it's about 150 meg download, and you get a toolbar that looks like this, and you get a pull-down menu that looks like this. And one of the tools you'll see is SQL Search. So let's talk about the state of the world before SQL Search. Before, we would hit F7. If I wanted to search for a specific schema, like I wanted to search for the customers table, I would hit F7 and I would use Object Explorer details and I would type in like customers. And when I did that, I would see a table called customers. But it had to be an exact match. We could use wildcard matching, just like we do in SQL, where we do like percent, cust, percent. And now we see any object with customers in the name, right? So we'd see like this primary key right here, and we would see like this stored procedure here, right? And then if you wanted to see the definition, you would right-click and synchronize, and it would show you Object Explorer on the left. By the way, I'm assuming that everybody's somewhat familiar with SQL Server Management Studio, so they've seen these windows before. So then you'd see the stored procedure, and if you wanted to look at it, you'd right-click it, modify it, and you could see, customers. Some deficiencies of Object Explorer Detail is one, it doesn't actually search columns. It only searches object names. And two, it doesn't really give you a great view of the definition, which is why SQL Search is so useful. Watch what happens when I do the same search in SQL Search. So I can choose my database. I can actually search through all databases if I want. And then once I do that, I just type customer, and I can see any object that has customer in it, or I can just search the tables, or just the triggers, or just the functions, right? The minute I click on customers, I can see the definition of that, and highlighted anywhere in the procedure or view where that word was specified. So if I type in cust, you can see, cust highlighted in all of these different objects, right? If I want to actually see the definition outside of this window, I can select Object and Object Explorer Details, and it will highlight it. You saw it highlighted in Object Explorer here. So what about this primary key? Click that. It drills into the table, into the keys, and highlights the primary key for me. So this is really useful because it's not just object names. It's also statements. I can say, select star. Give me every object anywhere that has select star in it. Now, you and I both know that select star is a bad programming practice. So I can quickly look for bad programming practices, like maybe I don't like the word cursor. So I can look for any cursors that might be in any of my stored procedures and across all my databases. Let's try it across all databases. Uh-oh. Click OK. And then look for cursor. I bet I've got stored procedures in there with cursor in it, and then I can think about how I'm going to remove cursor. So the other thing that I can do, since it can go into the procedures and show me, the highlight, I can also use it to see if there are any unfinished work here. So I can click on SQL Search and just do to-do. And if there was ever a to-do in a comment, I can see what my to-dos are in my active project. So look, we're 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes into our demo. We've looked at our first tool, and hopefully you've already seen the value that these products can have for you.